Oh, what a treat for the eyeballs this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday the 29th of September. Bitterly cool this morning. 5.5 degrees this morning when I got in the car. 23 miles that way. And, well, look at it. Looks like a summer's day down here. Nice autumnal colours falling in. Lovely backdrop here. And here is the mighty, the wonderful, the glorious, the feeder fishing Mecca of the grounds of Sheffield, the mighty Dam Flask Reservoir. And this is Fishery Audit number 61. So without further ado, I'm going to get you around the place. Luckily, there's a lot of water missing and you can see a lot of contours out there, which is quite helpful. So let's get stuck into Fishery Audit number 61. I'm going to go that way and work my way around that way, I think. So let's get stuck in. Hopefully you enjoy this one, because this place has a lot of press about it. Lots of feeder fishing goes off up here, a lot of pole fishing goes off up here, and it's absolutely stuffed with fish at a very, very low cost to you guys. So let's get into it. Right, so let's get straight into it. This is called New Road down here. This is the dam head. Lots of water out of it, so you can see lots of contour, but this is the dam wall down, it's this dam head down here. Then you've got the River Loxley, the water that comes out of this and works its way down, that's the River Loxley. But this is called New Road. You can park all the way down there, and then you've got Loxley Road, which goes this way, and I'm going to walk you that way. A couple of signs there, 5 mile for Sheffield, and you've got I Bradfield and Mid Hopstones this way, or Mid Hopstones. Don't want to insult anybody. Yeah, loads and loads online about this place fishing wise. If you go on the old YouTubes searching Dam Flask fishing, you'll get people from everyone's angling friend Jamie Harrison, the people's champion Mr. Nick Speed. There's plenty of people out there that have all done features up here, that have all put time and effort into fishing lots of matches up here. You've also got people like Wayne Bartholomew, you've got a few other people that have been involved in match events up here. So there's plenty out there on YouTube video wise, but there's also loads on Facebook of people that have been involved in organising matches on here. I'm going to work your way down this way. So the access point is just down here, but all parking on here is pretty much free as long as you adhere to lines and everything. Don't go just parking wherever you like. I don't know, what do we know about this bit? A little like bit of an old breaker's yard there with some old cars in it. Actually a bit of a Max Power Legend in there, I think. I noticed last time. That old bus van there, that with a big spoiler on it. An access point is just down here. So you can just see water's edge down there. It does go quite back. The gate is just up here. So when you do go through the gate, you've actually got a bit of water to your left hand side, you can go out as well. And the access being right here. So, little cut through here, wide enough for a barra and all that stuff. Nice and easy. Yeah, bit of a trail, something there. And yeah, I've known anglers park up and down here, and then it's quite easy access to get on and then down. Straight away, danger deep water, I like to see that from the off. Things to look out for on these audits, by the way, just to give you a bit of an audit overview, is safety signs, safety rings, serious threat to human or wildlife, bins, benches. Is there anywhere for you to sit down if you're coming for a walk? If you're an angler, or if you're a senior angler, you know, when you struggle with mobility or anything, is there any benches for you to get sat down on? Abuse, damage, overall neglect, and, you know, on the flip side, is it nice and tidy? Has it been looked after? Does somebody or some peoples out there pay it loads of attention? Is it one of those places that's always up to a very high standard? And then what I do is I wrap all those things together, and then I come up with a sort of a mark based on that. What I don't want to do is invite you somewhere that's going to be an unsafe or an unpleasant day's fishing. I mean, by all means, at your own risk, go for it. But again, I'd also like to invite you somewhere that's really welcoming, and it's got, you know, open arms for you. So, you know, just try and tot it all up and just make sure that you're all getting the best possible experience you can. If I turn left down here, I don't know as though you can. No, you can't. There's quite a drop off here. Got a chap fishing down there. So we'll have to drop down and just walk you down this bit, and I think I'll just stay down there. And then I'll come back up and stick to the path, because there's going to be times when water level is up to capacity and you're going to want to know the path and the access. So I'll keep it as relevant as I can for you. Just drop down here and then down here. Again, it's not the most trolley or barra friendly place in the world, this. So come light. Luckily, feeder fishing is one of them aspects of the sport where you don't have to bring the kitchen sink with you. But let's just get down here a bit. And all the way down to your left down here, look. You've got all this space. And lovely and rocky. When they do peg the matches in this area, you know, I've known them peg them from down there and all the way up here and that way and so on. And it gets plenty of anglers on here. Chaps down there with a feeder chair with feeder rod out. When I come last, I think I fished in this area. And some of these rocks here, let me just go down to this one. Not going to go and disturb him. Just for reference, peg 18, 17. So there's 18 pegs all the way up to this point on this bit here, and actually a big dam wall over there. But yeah, does really well here for silvers on feeder. I've had stories of big carp coming out here in the past, and I tell you something now, if you're serious about your pike fishing, there's huge pike in here. I've had pike well over £20 at landing at head before when they've took me skimmers. They are massive, and I mean proper massive. Obviously there's going to be bigger, there's going to be a lot smaller. But I think in one session after about 6 hours, I must have been struck on about 9 or 10 times. Plenty of fish in here. And as you can see, quite a big old place. There's a nice point area over there where I was fishing up here once. Mr. Nick Speed were doing a feature over there, fishing on 11-metre top kits. Quite a good read that, if it's still about. I think it were Match Fishing magazine, I think that one. Gaz Simpson were up here at the same time. So yeah, this is this area. What I'm going to do is stick to the path, but predominantly if you come down here, most of the time water's down a bit. You can just walk down here and get to your pegs that way. So yeah, it's pretty much this all the way down. Right, all the way around. It's just nice, steady rocks. So, yeah, I'm going to get on the path for a bit, walk down a bit more, and then I'll keep dropping in where I can. It's important that you get to see what the path's like further down, because, you know, if you draw a peg that's all the way down there, you want to fish further down, you're going to want to know how to get there. No good me just telling you. What we got? Sailing and rowing as priority over fishing, so don't go falling out with them guys. Yeah, nice. But when water is up to capacity properly, this is where it's been, just down here, all the way around. Another path down here, look. So again, if you have your wits about you could get a barrier or trolley. You don't need everything, because you only feeder fishing most of the time. Or if you come in here doing any style of fishing, you're not going to bring everything. Get your barra there, jump down, grab your barra, put it down. Simple. So yeah, there's a Facebook group, Damflask Reservoir match group. Any questions, get your sends on there, ask away. Never seen a situation where no one's not had any friendly advice, so ask away on there, someone will sort you out. Nice bank here. And pretty much that contour there, look, and all that surface there, that's going to be pretty much same all the way down. It does drop off quite quick there as well. Yeah, and this path, barrow friendly, trolley friendly. Got nice little path down here, look, so there's no really drop off there. A nice steady little path down there, look. Yeah, matches do quite well, they do fluctuate. Like you'll have results that are showing pegs, you know, your top 3 are doing like anywhere between 12 and 18 pound, and then I've seen some results where there's been like 40, 50 pound bags, because there is some big old bream out there, some really big bream, big roach, and them skimmers, they soon add up. Nice little path there, look, a little drop down here. Let me drop down this one. See, it's that easy. You can just drop down on foot. And this is this area. Nice big open bit of water down here. Again, it's low, but normally on these reservoirs, when water's low like this, it fishes really well. So don't let it put you off. It tends to fish better. You know, you're condensing them fish into a smaller area, and then you're feeding them. But yeah, it's lovely. That chap's fishing all the way down there. Look, you can just see him down there. And it just curves around this corner. But just give you an idea at contour in this area. Oh, there's an old peg number there. Let's see what that is. But yeah, just to give you an idea at contours. Like when water's up to here, for example, and you're casting out, you've got a big drop off into that dip there, and you've got a nice gradual gradient down there, look. So it's not uniformed all the way around. Some pegs will have more beneficial features than others. There's actually some peg numbers sprayed on down here. Let's go and have a look at these. So peg 28 here in this area, and then you've got Sailing Club up here, and it all bends off around that way. Stunning place to be. Makes me feel really good being here. It's really nice. Me and my lovely partner have been up here for a few. What? There's some old peg numbers here. Look, what's that? 39? Or there's a 4. So that's been sprayed on a couple of times. That one. Yeah, we've been up here for a couple of times for a walk, me and missus, and yeah, it's always nice, always pleasant. Who else? Matt Godfrey, I think he's done a session up here, right at neck up there, on Slider, I think he were fishing. Bit back now, that. Yeah, Nick, on Point, which is over there, fishing 11 metre top kit, quite deep over there, but like a really prominent feature on bottom down there. So skimmers, roach will be hanging around down there. A lot of different water change, where all your little minerals and particles will be altering quite a lot in water. So quite an attractive area for fish to be, as opposed to be stuffed out there in the middle where it's just completely still water on bottom. Yeah, nice. Lovely walk around as well. You can park over there. There's little pockets where you can get. So best thing to do, if you're a bit savvy, get onto this Dam Flask page on Facebook and just ask someone, can somebody mark me on map best places to park if I want to fish on that area or this area. These banks do have names. I can't remember them. I think one's called Power Station. Don't know what that is. The other one's called something. I don't know where Power Station is around here, so I don't know. I can't tell you where the best place to fish is. So yeah, I'm actually going to walk in front of this Sailing Club because it is a nice smooth path behind it. It is just the same pretty much all the way down, but why not just take you a bit further down here? I really need to get back up here. I've got a travel kit. I've actually got it in Carp, but I've not got any bait with me out today. What's that? No, top of the lighter. I've got a travel kit and it's quite complex. So I'll have to come up here at some point and do a bit of feeder fishing with that. Oh yeah, this is a Sailing Club. This is boat ramp or launch ramp, wherever you're from. Some more up here. So there'll be times when you do come here, and whether you're fishing or coming for a walk, and water will be right up here, and it will look a million times different to what it is now. But the benefit of me walking around here while the water is down means that you guys can see the contours. It's out there that matters, where you're fishing. More boat ramps here, look, 3 more here. Not sure if they peg up in front of this. Can't see any peg numbers on any rocks, so go a bit further down. There might be some down here. Conkers everywhere, look. I reckon, oh, they are conker trees. I bet they're falling off there and rolling down here. All the way down here, look, conkers everywhere. I was just a bit thrown off then, like, why is there conkers here? So these are like little launch areas, I think, for boating. Water levels up and down. Not fishing pegs. So don't try and wing yourself a day's fishing on one. But yeah, and then it gets quite steep here if you look at that gradient there. The thing is, when I'm up on that path, you can't really see water's edge. So just take my word for it. All these cuttings here, look, are like the historic pegging areas, if you will. That's where, when water's up to capacity, you'd aim to be fishing from, or at least entering. So yeah, just take it from there. But what can we see? It's a lovely bit of water. Very, very nice. Nice and quiet as well. It's away from any big roads up here. Very, very relaxing. Yeah, so up here, look, you've got to cut through there. So pretty much loads of little drop-ins pretty much everywhere. I don't know restrictions, to be honest, so anyone that's switched on about this place, or any regulars up here, or even any organisers or boating club, it makes sense for there to be no fishing around there for safety reasons. But if anyone knows, get in comments, educate me, educate people on where you can't fish. It's better coming from horse's mouth than a donkey's whisper. All right, so peg 45 sprayed on that brick there. Probably the first one I've seen for a bit down here. There might have been some more, but they could have been rolled in. But peg 45, and it starts to drop off nicely up here. So yeah, I assume fishing then starts again from this area. There's a peg number on that one as well, look. Yeah, nice, really nice place to be today. Nice cool morning for a nice walk around. There's also 1,000,001 people jogging around here, so if you want to come up for a nosy and you're into your jogging, or if you think you're into your jogging, you can walk it and pretend you're jogging. Just come up for a nosy. Yeah, so like here, look, quite a few of these now, but that little bank there, you could easily drop your barra down that bit of bank there onto here, get your gear down to the water's edge, and then come up and fetch your barra and just bring your barra down. I won't go wheeling your barra down here, whatever you do, not fully laden, because yeah, your next fishing trip will be very expensive. But here, look, for example, look at that contour there, nice steady drop in, and then down here it falls off down to the water's edge. If I fell over there, I'd just land on the floor. If I fell over there, I'd just roll and roll. If you end up drawing around this area up on this high bank here, you know, fishing short might be an option down here as opposed to over there, vice versa. Peg number down there, so yeah, they carry on up this way. They have the Pennine Champs on here, quite popular up this way. Pennine Champs, get a load of names on Facebook fishing it, and it is, like I say, predominantly feeder fishing. So if you're into your feeder fishing more than most, then that's the one for you. Yeah, I'll not bang on too much, but one there, another one there on this path. you can now just drop straight in. Let me get up here and show you. So its path, pretty much same all the way round. Got a bench, and you can just drop in. Right, get your barrow, slowly drop it in there, and manoeuvre your way down to water's edge. And it is really flat all the way around. It's lovely. Another one here, look. That's a nice one. Nice steady slope down. Nothing strenuous about that. Another one here. 23, I don't know if that's an old peg number or not, because 20s are way down there. Yeah, that far bank over there, look how interesting that looks. All them big rocks over there. Big trees over there, look. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so that path is pretty much same all the way down. Lots of little drop-ins everywhere. So I'll try and keep it middle of this bank down here. A few buoys about for boaters. Just like for target reference, as such, they're not there because it's shallow water. Quite a deep old place. Obviously it shallows up the further you go up here, and you know your deeper bits right down there in Belliot Lake. But yeah, it's well, Dam Flask, isn't it? Massive old place, full of fish, absolutely stuffed with them. I come up, I've been up a few times. One at times I come up for like 2 or 3 hours, just come and have a look. I had a feeder rod, I had my box, I just carried it down, bag of ground bait and some maggots. Didn't even have a side tray. I was having a flick out, and it was just skimmer after skimmer, and then got played with small roach. Peg 61 here. Played with small roach, went out a bit further, and then started going nearly bream, what you guys would call a bream. Yeah, there's plenty in here, loads of stuff. And those pike don't, you know, they don't discriminate. Whatever you're reeling in, they'll happily come for a sniff. Peg, looks like 62 that. We are pressing on. Yeah, so another big area up there, look. You drop in from there, and they just all the way down. A bit like when we did Boddington the other week. Lots of little areas where you can just drop in from peg, from path. Really convenient. Really well kept as well. I know it doesn't take much to keep a reservoir like this on point, but it is looked after. When matches are ran, you'll get Wayne and probably a couple of others. They'll walk around a few days prior, and they'll peg up posting with numbers on ready for Pennine champs. There's quite a few that happen, I think. You have to get in comments and let me know what the most matches are that they have on here every year. Peg 65. Yeah. And again, nice big area up there. You can just wheel straight in and down. Get your barrow up there. Get some bits down nice and safely, and then bring your barrow down. Peg 66. Yeah, really nice. It drops off lovely here. I think it were round about up here somewhere. Matt did his, I don't know if it was a tackle guru video or not, but he did a slider video up here. Just fishing for like silvers. Yeah, nice drop off here, really steep there. And then this bank, look, it's just straight down. Right down. We'll go up here one day with that travel kit I've shown you before. If you go on to me, I did like a Temu video, and I used my travel thing then. Made a travel box. It holds all my gear, feeder on it, lot. It's mental. And it's incredibly good. If you go back through my previous videos, I think I used it on Don, Allcroft, a few other places. Yeah, nice. Lovely place. Lots of little fish topping right out in the middle here, all the way down. Loads of little fish topping. It's heaving with them. Yeah, it gets quite steep here now. So just be careful if you do come up here. If I roll down and fall in, I'm absolutely fine. Some of you guys might not be so lucky. Yeah, and then we've covered all around that corner there. This is right up into Mecca Reservoir now. Obviously, when it's up to capacity, all this, it's complete like I'd be underwater now, stood here. All these droppings here, look around that tree. Loads of places to get down, so that nice smooth flat path all the way around. Really friendly for barra. And then if you just choose where you want to stop, wheel your way down to your peg, you're sorted. Oh man, it's lovely. Really nice. Again, get in comments, let me know if you fished up here. Do you fish up here? Do you come up here a lot? Do you not come up here a lot? Do you want to fish it? Have you never fished it? You know, what have you heard? Oh, look at that. Bayer line spool. That's a top pocket fine, that one. World's finest fishing line. Yeah, I think I'll have that. Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear some stories from you guys. Let me know. Even though it's really shallow here, well, not shallow, sorry. Even though it drops right down here, this is like pretty much lake bed here. There's still fish topping out there. Just small stuff, same as what's topping all the way down. It's alive down there. 100 metres from where I am now. See all them on top? Constantly just coming up to surface for air. There's plenty down here as well. That water, still plenty of water here to get in. I'm not going to walk on that for obvious reasons. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to walk, I'm going to go up on path now up here. I'm going to start giving you sort of drop-in views all the way around now from this area, because it's a bit pointless me being down here when there's hardly any water. I'll get a better view from up there and the access points. But so far, all the way down to this point, we've got loads of access points coming in from that path, all the way past boating club. And then we'll work his way round and get on that path over there. So that's where I've just come up down here, up this way, sorry, back onto this path. And again, lovely and flat all the way around on here. Doesn't look like it gets much traffic around this way. People dropping down to water's edge. But we have another bench here, which is a good point. And no litter. Odd bits and bobs out there, but it's been there years, underwater. Oh, a nice little drop in here, look. Nice and flat all the way out there. Right down to water's edge. So when water's up and it's here, get your barrier here, drop your sun down, get you some fishing. Happy days. Wow, lovely out there. Work his way around here. Big old pipe going into the floor here. And this, you go down, looks like a bit of a water inlet here from somewhere. Yeah, so nice little trickle water inlet coming in down there, and that'll make its way in that way. Ah, nice little bridge as well. Tackle barra friendly. Yeah, it's not a chore at all walking around here. It's quite nice. Just trying to envisage myself with minimal gear on a barra or trolley. Yeah, really light work. Really easy. Another bench. Massive open area here, look. Get yourself down there. Do some kit. Again, when water's up, there's still fish topping out there, but it's really shallow out there now. Next to no water at all. But when water's up, there'll be plenty of fish in this area to go at. Yeah, nice. And big rocks on that far bank over there, look. Wow. Yeah, lovely. An old car tyre down there. Yeah, right, let's go a bit further round. Down here, where there'd normally be still huge volumes of water, we've now just got a trickle running through. Oh, can hear something here. Little water inlet flowing down there. Trickling out nicely. Yeah, so water's that down. You can see how deep it is though. So what water is up here. Still lots to go out there. Even fishing feeder or slider. Loads of water to go at. But this just gives you like a peg to peg tour of it, how it looks. This path, this is majority what you can see from the path, unless you get through one of these little cut throughs further down, and you can't see much what's going off. So I have stuck to the bank out there as much as I can. Down here, probably wouldn't fish it. It's fenced off here. You know, you probably won't get yourself down here. So you'd have to be a bit mindful of that. I think last time I come, there were people fishing that far bank over there, so it'll be relevant when we get over that way. But it does give you an idea of the layout of the place, the contours of it. Sometimes you just have to see it and it's sort of full capacity. Or you know, just a very in-depth image of something to understand it that little bit more. But really nice, heavy flow of water feeding it. Another bridge here, another inlet coming in. So because this is like down in the valley over here, all rain that we get, it'll all run off these high grounds and down into the reservoir. That's your view from here. Looking down the nose of it. Yeah, lots of water down there coming in. And again, over time, with it being down so long, it has just carved its way in down there. Yeah, so this path is pretty much same story all the way around. Nice and flat. Still got lots of water missing up here. We are right now coming up right to the neck of this reservoir. I'll try and put it on screen now. We're like up in this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to the other side. Anything I pick up on the way, I'll get on video for you. I'm going to try and get over there, and that's where it sort of matters to angling more over there. You get a good view all the way down. But this path, even just for a nice walk, or even if you're coming all the way around with your gear, yeah, very pleasant. Another bench, loads of benches. They've all got some sort of like in memory of on them as well, which is nice. Just for clarity as well, this is not all about match fishing or feeder fishing. If you're an opportunist angler that wants to come up and just try a different venue, Dam Flask is just another option up here at back end of Sheffield. So I know I've mentioned match fishing a lot. It's because that's predominantly the bulk of what gets promoted on here. Just because there's just the majority of anglers that spend a lot of time up here are match anglers. So if you're a pike angler wanting some sport, or even a carp angler, I know there's carp in here, I've seen pictures, I've heard stories. Yeah, another venue up here for you to come and try your skills at. You know, what kind of angler are you if you don't? So, gets to this point now where we're coming out of this entrance, exit. I'm going to work his way around to that side. But, got a dog bin, bit of a notice board, no cycling. So I think it's no cycling down it. I've had people come past me on bikes already. Dam Flask and underbank fisheries. There's your day ticket prices. So underbank going to be under the same people. Bit of a notice board there. Course fishery, Damflask fishery. Yeah. Can't really see much because it's right up here. Location of rules. Fishing ticket machine. Right, so over on that bank, I'll show you when we get over there. There is a ticket machine over there, and they are located at the reservoir house. But yeah, quite interesting. What rules are on there? Can't be missed. Cold water kills, bathing prohibited. Love to see that. Already we've had signs on both entrances. Stay out of the water. And there's Damflask Reservoir, just because this is a highway next to it. Just gives you an idea of where you are when you're coming past. So, I'm just walking up here. We're going to get to this little sort of bridge area up here, cross over and make my way down the other side. But just for reference, that's where we are. And where you can see on Google Earth, it's quite empty for a bit, look. So, yeah, I'm going to press on up here, make a left and get you on that bank over there, because this is pretty much it from here. Nothing to report on, it's just all overgrowth. Look at this old gate here, look. So it's not been open for that long. The tree has actually grown through it, and that's the side with the hinges on. Look, that's locked for this side. That's how long it's not been open for. We'll put a gate on it. We might need to come in one day. Nope. That's staying shut, that one. You have to take the tree out, well, you have to take at least them off to put a fresh gate. In fact, you'll be able to safe gate. Yeah, interesting that. I like stuff like that. And then we get to here, and this is the path that takes you over the sort of inlet, if you will. Oh, it's a lovely smell around here. What am I smelling? Something smells lovely around here. But yeah, this is like the mouth of it down here, look. So this is where your water feeds in, underneath this big pipe, and I'm guessing that's the same pipe that takes you all the way down. It must go under the floor and then where it's exposed over there somewhere. So no idea what runs through it, but pipe nonetheless. We'll go over this side. Oh, pretty much the same story. Plenty of water, and then it all comes from up that way. Where's it come from? Underbank then, eventually. In fact, no. What's one further up? It's not Underbank, is it? Can't remember. Is it Audit or something? Again, no bikes, footpath, and then you make your way in this way. Cold water kills, keep out, love it. Keep your dogs on leads at all times. Dam Flask, no cycling, love it. Got everything that it needs, hasn't it, already? No safety rings yet, but I might touch on that in a bit. It's a but. It's a big old venue for safety rings. So yeah, the minimum, the absolute minimum that I look for when I get to venues like this are safety signs. And that's like venues like anything really with watering. Lovely trickle of water through these trees down here. And then down here you've actually got where water starts to come in. Obviously we've got a lot of time yet before it actually makes its way down into bulk at water, but you've got a nice steady flow down here. Again, when it's up to capacity, there's plenty of water here to look at, but at the minute there's not much at all. Right down here, look. Lovely bit of stream rocking its way in, that. Very nice. And again, this path, it's the same all the way around. Very accessible, mobility friendly. If you've got a scooter and you can chuck it back at van and you're coming up for a visit, you've got absolutely no problem at all coming up for a look round. You're not allowed to bike up here. People have been going past me on bikes, but I can't promote that. So yeah, get yourself up for a nosy. And here we have it. This is like the first proper opening of the main reservoir bit. So again, it's down. It's been down for a while. You can tell we got grass that's been growing. But lovely steady flow of water going in. And you can just see it bulk at water down here as we go further down. But all these droppings from here look nice and steady down. So easy with your fishing trolley, or even if you're a bagpack angler, you know, just drop in. You could even walk out water's edge, couldn't you? But yeah, it's lovely views. It's a really nice place to be. Another bench. These benches are everywhere, by the way. There's loads of them. So if you are coming for a walk and walking's not for you, then yeah, you've got plenty of places to have a sit down and chill out for a bit. Yeah, really starting to open up now. Got a nice big shelf here, so if ever you're fishing down here, right, we're right at Mecca Reservoir now. If this looks familiar to you, got a nice little cottage over there, little gap in wall. Got a really big shelf. Where that big rock is there, it drops off. You can just see it all the way down, look. So nice feature there. I'm sure water level's been right up, I mean, to top in the last 12 months. Sure it has. You have to get in comments and let me know. I'm sure I've seen pictures where it's been up. I know we've gone through a really bad drought, and well, it's Sheffield, isn't it? This place needs to feed a lot of people. But I'm sure it has been right up. You have to get comments again and let me know, do you come and fish up this area when it's right up? Because I don't know. I've caught fish in shallower water. A bit further around, you've got a path that goes up there. Just had like a school of mums walking down. They've gone that way. So, nice area to come and get some steps in. Again, just more path. Not really accessible down here for, again, if you're down on the bank you can, but you know, it's too shallow down here to, you can see bottom pretty much across. Just see water there, look. So a quick drop in here and I'll give you an eyes on. Might be a good place to start actually. Yeah. So that's your view looking up to neck. Oh, lovely big rock sticking out there, look. But saying that, there is fish topping here. Lots of little fish topping. So yeah, not to be ignored. Wow, so there's lots of fish down here topping in this little bay bit area down here. Lots coming to the surface. And that's your view looking down to the main dam head down there. Should we stick to this bit for a bit, shall we? I reckon we should. Oh, looks like I think very nearly a frost this morning, if not one. A bit of time I've got out and come up, that sun's just managed to stamp it out. But yeah, it's yeah, very, very, very appealing. There is so many fish here, so take back what I said. There's so many fish topping up here. Only small stuff, but you know, the well-fed fish on here. Got an entrance point there, so this path now just runs at the back of these trees. And it's the same all the way down. So I'll stay down here for a little bit, give you an eyes on. And again, it's same all the way round. If you make yourself down to the water's edge, just with a feeder kit or something, we have close these fish are topping out here. Probably got to go them on whip. And I think when Matt came and did his slider video for Tackle Guru, I think he were around here somewhere. If you look how much it dips in like that, when this is up, and it were quite up back then, he were fishing right up bank. There's a lot of water here. And he weren't getting massive fish, but he were into them like decent, you know, 8 to 12 ounce skimmers at the time. A few roach. Yeah, lovely place to be. Nice big area here. So that path just runs right back of these trees. You can see, look, where historically water's been lapping up against this here. So even when it's up, you've still got some big rocks, some big old features for fish to snag you up on. It'd only be temporary, if anything, but still worth taking it into account. And again, same as far bank over there. All these little alcoves, all in trees, are all access points. And it's same here. All the way along, there's just areas where you can just divert off that path and just come straight down to the water's edge. So yeah, this quite a big question mark area for a big day's feeder fishing, or you know, if you're an adventure angler coming up for a spinning session with some pike, or even after some of these roach, you'd do quite well up here. But this is like party in the basement area down here. Look at this like row of stones all the way down there. Look, a uniform that is down there. What's caused that, do you reckon? Just in that one area all the way down. What do you reckon that were? There's one here, look. Like even big bits of gravel. See, that goes all the way down to the water, doesn't it? How weird is that? I've actually just seen, there's probably going to be more further up, but peg 28. So maybe numbers start up there. Or do you reckon they work this way? We'll have a look. But I'll stay down here now. I've seen peg numbers. I was looking for the first one. Oh, here we go. 20, 27. So it works up this way now. Up that way. So what you do is you'd get to your peg number on a rock and you just drop down to the water's edge from that point. You wouldn't steer off 20 metres to the left or right. It's just in front of where the peg numbers are. Oh, the lure packet. Is it empty? Oh, that's empty. Been there some time, that. But yeah, huge pike in here. Anyone serious about pike fishing, massive pike in here. Any interesting facts about the place? Any history on it? Anyone got anything interesting to talk about? That's path there, look. So I don't know if you can see that bench up there in trees. That path is now right water's edge now down here. So there's not a walk from it to get to water's edge. You just drop down and you're here. And again, I think there's some areas on this road up here where you can park and get down here. I'm not saying there's loads of parking available, but I do know of people where they've parked up there and they've made their way down on the side of the road. So only where it's safe. Don't park it middle of the road and say, oh, that idiot off YouTube said I can park here. It's not what I said. Looks to me like a lot of barbecues. I keep seeing lots of areas that have got like ash and sort of burnt debris. Oh, what's this? What we got? What's that? What do you reckon this is? What's that, do you reckon? Even I'm not sure. What is it? Get in comments, let me know. I'll stick it there. See if anyone can come and find it. Yeah, lovely place. Good clarity at water as well. It's something you'd expect to see Titanic sat in. Oh, it's lovely. I just want to make sandcastles. So we're just coming to this part of the bank now where that big tree's down, which are pointing to from the other side. We walk down. This is the first buoy this way, and it is alive with fish around that buoy out there on top. There's a lot of water to go out there, but all the way out here, and they look decent sized fish as well when they're coming up. Just nosing the surface. Lots of them. I don't know, it tells me that water levels recently dropped quite a lot. And I mean recently because it's really soft here to walk on, and I mean like your feet push into it. Further up it's rock solid, and you can actually see lap lines where water's been sat at a certain point, then it's dropped and settled. And these flat bits here are where water's settled for the longest, and it's rubbed up against bank, then it's dropped, then it's settled, dropped, settled. So I think maybe recently it's lost a lot of water, or at least this year, but I mean recently it must have had like an influx of water go out of it because it's very soft down here next to the water's edge. I'm going to make my way under this tree. There's a bench there, you can just see it through trees. There's a couple of women walking, I don't want to get them on camera, but the path is just there at the top of this bank. So you're not missing much, and it is the same path all the way around. Not really any stairs as such to get caught up on if you're on your mobility scooter or anything. And water here, it just drops off. It just goes, it's like a cliff underwater, it just goes. So it manoeuvred under this tree. And yeah, it's just probably better for me to give you a better view from down here. Up there, it is a bit covered by trees, and there's a lot going off on the bank here. You'll be able to see right down to the water's edge. Oh, a big old tree that thing. Wow. Yeah, huge. Right, let's press on down here. Oh, peg 6. Or it could be an old peg 6 that. No, peg 8. So now numbers are going up this way. I reckon they're old pegs. Old numbers. And they've just been submerged for a while they redo the fresh ones, I'm guessing. I think in a minute I'm going to have to take a hike, because that bank there is very, very rocky. So I'm going to go up here in a minute onto this path, Let's tree, look. Loads of fish topping out there. I mean, right in the middle. Loads of fish. Probably big waggler. Couple of foot worth of drop on it. Pint of maggots and casters. I reckon you'd bag up on top out there. Struggle doing a big chuck though behind you because bank's there. But when we get up here, I'll probably make my way over that way, I think. Wow, there's fish topping in this bay here. Big old stump here. And then, yeah, I've got fish topping right close into edge down here. And it just drops off here, like you can just, it just goes right in front here, it just goes down. So you won't have to fish far out for some depth. That's boating club right over there, look, sailing club. And a view at Dam Wall from here. Nice. Right, I'm going to go up on this path and walk you around to what I know as the sort of the point or whatever it's called. Right, so it's road. Not really much you can do on here parking wise, but down there is, I'm sure there is. Then you come in this way. Nice sign. No swimming in reservoirs. High risk of drowning. Can't go wrong with that. We'll make our way down here. As you can see, this path just continues down here. Nice and flat. No problems at all for anyone with mobility challenges or anything. Yeah, really simple. And if you want to push your barrow all the way around, I dare say people have, go for it, by all means. Little pathway down here. Let's just check it out while I'm here. Yeah, nice spot here. Wow, this really does drop off. So, it's water's edge. That's where I've walked up. I've just gone up that bank up there. It drops right off down here. In fact, let's stick to this now. Oh, I can see a cormorant down there with his wings out, look. See him? Kind of want to show you that path up there though. Let me just walk down here a little bit. I want to show you access point. But yeah, probably very unsafe fishing here. I wouldn't even dream it, unless water's up to here and you can go on this bank. I wouldn't dream of getting down there if I were you. You fall in there and you've got any struggles getting back out, no one's going to know you're down there from this bank. So this area, that path that I've just come off, take my word for it please, it goes through these trees, only the other side of these trees, they're not right back, and you cut through, there's some railings there, a little path, brings you down here. I think at some point there used to be a building there, correct me if I'm wrong. See if I can creep up on these cormorants down here and grab one and take it off. They go. Pesky buggers. Peg numbers. Not been pegged on here? I think it still might be a bit too steep on here. Someone's been down, look. Little tackle barrow trolley path there. And here. So yeah, it does get fish regularly, and this is where Mr. Nick Speed was doing a feature one day when I were on that far bank over there, and I think Gaz Simpson actually with his camera skill, that chap we've seen as we've come in, he's actually right over there. You can't just make him out there, look. And that's pretty much where I was sat, and Gaz zoomed in. Could see what were on my side tray. Anyway, Nick were fishing here. I don't know if he were pointy or he were just off. And this is where he had like 11 metre top kits, like 4 or 5 on them, and he were fishing right out there. At 11 metre, I think. So he had an 11 metre angle. God, he bagged up on skimmers. Right on this area. It was meant to do really well, this area, because it's a busy traffic route from this big belly at lake where it goes right down there. And then fish pass in. They've got to pass in this water down here to be able to sort of make it round. It's a nice feature for them. So yeah, it's a very popular area for good fish out there. Lots of good fishing to be had. Yeah. And then it goes round that way, very steep over there. So I have to be mindful of that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk you around this way. This is the, where's north? That way. This is the west bank over here. I'm not sure what it's called. There's a car parked up there, so I might be able to show you somewhere where potentially you can park. I'm going to go up there now. But yeah, getting down here is really easy. This path is nice and convenient. And I've seen a few people fishing on this area before, right down here, does quite well. Yeah, loads of fish topping out there in the middle, right out there. Right, let's go up here. Yeah, this little path, just follow it round here. And I'm not sure if they peg it in or not, but you've got all this access down here as well. And then the path goes up this way, through trees, and then back onto the main path up here, which is here. That's your main path that takes you all around that we came off earlier. It just carries on this way with a bench. Access point here for fishing. So when water levels up, or even where it is now, be careful. Alright. Get yourself down here. There is an absolute jacuzzi of showing fish out there. It's unreal. Especially around that buoy. I think it's got a cormorant sat on it with its wings out. Yeah, loads to offer. Got another fenced off area here. So if I try and trying to think of where Nick parked that day. Got to be around here somewhere. But again, ask before you do it. Don't just come and do it. But I know one or two of them, they parked around this area somewhere. I think it's down here. So go on Facebook page and just ask where the best parking is for this end of the lake. Yeah. Oh, what a lovely place. So much water in here. Full of it. Fish showing all over down here. I'm not sure what access is like getting down this way, fishing wise, because it's all fenced off. But there's so many fish down this end. Motorists, don't leave valuables in your car. Oh, it might be here. Could be here. See where people have parked before, look. Could be down here. Or is this a path? Could be wrong. Again, ask. But there's like a little bit of an entrance bit here. Could be. That could be there because there's parking allowed, maybe. Who knows? Right, this is the parking here. So, yeah, you've got people parked there. Oaks Lane, it's called. Takes you up to Ugg Hill. People have parked there. Bringing back some memories now, yeah. So, probably park here. Walk your way down that way, best you can. I'd probably just barrow it all the way around, to be fair. No public access only for anglers for fishing. So these gates, only for anglers. So if you see one of these gates down this fence line, you can access it only for fishing, right? Don't just go wandering through here for a look without your tackle. But you've got a big inlet system down here. Loads of water. There's actually a pack of cormorants sat there, look, on that stump. 4 or 5 cormorants all huddling together on it. It is alive with fish down this area. Topping everywhere. So yeah, steps down. They are just big rocks, but in fishing world, in the fishing world, they are incredibly well built steps. And there's a sailing club right over there. Dog owners. We've got signage. We've got this big thing here. We are there, by the way. This is where we are now, right here. That's the dam wall. We've walked all the way around. This is nice. It's like 3D. Over here, crossed over at bridge, walked all the way down, and it's pretty much this area here where we've managed to start getting some access down. We're just here. I'm going to walk you down this bit now, and the ticket house is, or the dam house, or whatever it is, it's here somewhere, around about here. So I'll take you down there soon and show you that. Notice board. So again, we're here. House, ticket machine is there. and lots of stuff going on there. And again, a bit risky, but you've got some access points down here to this bit if they peg it in. I mean, I think angling is pretty much permitted all the way around it, as long as you're in a safe area. But this is like a proper drop in here, look. Be able to get your gear down there easy enough, or at least unload it up here, make your way down. That's where all them cormorants were just sat there now gone. Wow, there's so many fish out there, it's unreal. They're topping everywhere. It must be absolutely stuffed with them in this place. And this path is just not a chore at all. No major hills to it. Yeah, it's just a nice walk around. You get yourselves down, if you're interested, get yourselves down for a walk with dog or bring missus, or both. Get yourself down and come and take advantage of some of these sites down here. Nice dropping down there. So we've got a number 8 spray paint on that rock. That's peg 8 on this bank. Shall I drop down there? Let me drop down. Now we've got some peg numbers. I know you can fish it all the way around, but there's going to be a lot on you that are probably interested in the matches on you. It'd be nice to come down and show you those. Sardines, broken glass. What kind of part is that? I don't know, but it's one I want to be invited to. Oh yeah, some historic peg numbers here. So you've got an old peg 9, peg 8. Can't see any more up that way. Oh, peg 4? Oh no, peg 3. So it looks like an 8. It's a 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. So early numbers start up this end for this bank and then work their way down that way. So it's going to be zones, isn't it, if you think about it. It's pegged from that way up there. Then it's pegged from that way, this way. And it's pegged that way, that way. That makes sense. And that means, yeah, it's just easier for zones. What will it be, like peg 1 at scales and tripod, and they just weigh in, make it a bit quicker? No idea. Well, yeah, this is a nice area down here. You can access it from pretty much most places up here and just drop in. Get your gear down. Again, you don't bring kitchen sink when you come fishing here because of trekking you've got to do. But it just makes it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more enjoyable. I don't know, a little bit more adventurous. Instead of just parking a transporter behind your peg and fishing out at the back of your bleeding van. Just a bit different, isn't it? Not everyone's cup of tea, but it's a cup of tea regardless. Peg 7. Oh, big concrete plinth there, look. Yeah, nice. Very, very nice. Lovely place to be as well. Oh, I think someone's fishing up here actually now. And you've got all this big rocky bank behind you. Get your gear up there and just bring down to water's edge what you need. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? That's like an old peg 5, is it? What we got? Peg 9. Peg 9 area down here. So you've got sailing club right in front of you here, or just off to the right even. Yeah, fish topping out here. Not as many as around that corner though. Very historic peg 2. Peg 10. And up here, the dropping area up here. Wow, look how steep that bank is there. Might have to get up there in a minute. Keep an eye out for any more pegs down here, but I think they might even stop here soon with how steep it's getting. Got a reg plate here, Yankee Sierra 13, Oscar Bravo Bravo. Somebody run that. Lookers Kia, Sheffield. Bit random to have a reg plate here. Someone's robbed a car, pulled up on road, chucked plates over here and swapped them, I bet you. And probably went water up. So, yeah, definitely going to be stolen that. No way that'd be in here. We out the rest of the car otherwise. Peg 12. Still in front of this bit here. Look at all this concrete here, look, that's been poured all them years ago to house all these big rocks on top, and then all just corroded away. yeah, definitely not ideally safe to walk this way. So when you do get up here, drop down, drop down with minimal gear and then get to your peg. But it's a bit sketchy, peeps. I'll be straight with you, it's a bit sketch. So down there you've got peg 33. Look at that, I have to get down to your peg. It's a right junction, that. It's a right job. But yeah, if whoever the last person to draw peg 33 must have some right carves on them. I don't know if there's any more pegs. I'm going to try and get a bit further down, but it's not safe at all to be. People don't see this much on camera, but I've fell over about 13 times already. And I was sick and tired on it after the third time. Very slippy, these rocks. Yeah, not ideal. If you peg up on here, you know you're falling over. I think it's just part and parcel of your day's fishing. Wow! What bird is that? What colour's on that? What is that? What bird is that? Oh, there's loads of them. What are they? Someone get in comments, what are they? I love birds. I've always wanted to get a bit clued up with birds. Oh my god, there's about 58 of them. One's got a wig on. What are they? No, I've scared them all off. They're all like multicoloured. Oh, there's loads more down there. They're all like multicoloured things. That's exciting. Don't know what that is. Don't know what they are. Have they released new birds? I always look at them like Pokemon. I'll see a new bird every now and again and I think, oh, they must have released some more. Right, I'm not seeing any more peg numbers after 33, which is back there. And I look down there and the first word that comes to mind is nope. So I'm going to climb up here, commando style, get on that path and take you to the next accessible point I can find with a couple of chaps over there fishing. So that's positive news for you all. No major finds. I found a few bits and bobs which I won't show on camera, but yeah, very, very slippy rocky bank this. Not ideal for anything, but what kind of angler are you if you don't come and tackle this? And these multicoloured birds, whatever they are, like puffins, but not puffins. Or like a Yorkshire puffin. Educate me, let me know. Right, up onto the path. Oh, just climbing up through all this. And look what I found. Oh, he's wedged. Oh, he's been in there some years. And a little tiny. Oh, he's out. And I got the trace with it as well. Little tiny lure. That'll go to the collection. God, I wonder how long that's been wedged in there for. Wow, all these trees are overgrown on this bank, look. You don't get to see this bit when you come fishing, do you? Always some idiot that wants to climb about showing you all pretty rocks. So back on the main path. Can't see any peg numbers down here. There's a car wheel down there. But probably once fishable. Probably just not a popular area anymore. Can't see any peg numbers. So I keep pushing on down here. We're just coming up towards Dam House now, I think it's called. I'll get down there and resume, because it's not pointless, but I'm hardly selling fishing to you at this point, am I? What we got here? Dog bin. No swimming in reservoirs. Again, another entrance. Nice reminder to keep out. I think at this point, there's the house. At this point, you come out onto the main road here. You go down, and I think that's it. I don't think you access it again from here. I'll double check when I get down here, because them anglers are down here, aren't they? Right, so here we are. Here's an entrance. Dam Flask, a source of Yorkshire water. And then I'm going to drop in here. So it's ticket machine. Pretty straightforward. A bit like paying for a parking ticket, but yeah, tells you how to go on. Day ticket, £6. 2 months, 20 quid. 6 months, 50. Concessions, a bit cheaper, save a bit of cash. It's phone number for the bailiff. Insert money, press green button, carry ticket with you at all times when fishing. See your price list to buy correct ticket. Straightforward. Then you've got a bit of a notice board here. Here's some big pike, look at them. Monsters. 2010 that one. 2007. Both caught on the same day then. Huge fish, look at them. Monsters. £29, 2005. massive. Said it had big pike, didn't I? Again, no swimming, loads of reminders about not swimming and keeping out. Rules, fishing information, really simple. Screenshot that at any point or pause, get some information off that. Even says here, look, pike between £10 to £20 a regular caught, £40 potential. So if you think there's a £30 there, you know, there's some huge fish in here. So what's that, £29? That's 29.8, 29.1. Yeah, so that's your biggest one so far. 2007, 2005, could have been the same fish. Ah, interesting. And then we make our way down here, which is again access for the anglers. You've got no swimming in reservoirs, no public access beyond this point. Please use roadside pavement. And I think the only time you can get down here is to fish. So let's go and have a quick nosy. That means, by the way, for anyone shouting at me, people that are wanting to perimeter the place, like this group of people walking over at bridge here, they wanted to come through this way thinking they could, and they're actually perimetering it. This is going to be like access for the anglers only, or Dam Flask officials. But convenient steps down. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it recently. It water's right up here. Get it comments, let me know. I'm sure I have. Or at least in the last 12 months I have anyway. Oh, lovely. Someone's left a mealworms and maggots. They don't look all like maggots then. Someone's left a bag of rotting maggots on the floor. Very nice of them. Could have fell off the kit, to be fair, couldn't it? Without stabbing somebody. And then we get right down here. So there's your dam wall all the way down. That's where we started over there. And we dropped in up here, made us way down. That's that chap fishing over there where we started. And yeah, and I think they must peg this area because we've got two chaps down here fishing feeder. And then that bank where trees are up here, that's where I've just come back up again. But we've got loads of water all the way out down here. Buoys to chuck to. Wherever there's buoys, there tends to be loads of pockets of fish around pretty much every buoy out there. Loads of ducks, all really happy around here. Yeah, and then your big dam wall over there. Can't see any peg numbers from here. Don't mean they don't put this area in the matches, but it's looks definitely a good area to be. Can't see why they wouldn't. So you could even park up on that main dam wall area up there. Loads of parking all the way down it. Push your kit round, pay for your ticket, and then make your way down. This chap, he's got a fish. Look, he's in down here. No, has he lost it? He's lost it. Good angling that. If you can knock your small fish off without having to mess about unhooking them, then you're a good angler. Yeah, and that is pretty much it, people, for the mass of Dam Flask Reservoir. Anyway, I can't see any peg numbers down here, so get in comments, correct me if you need to. Can you fish this area? Can you not? Let me know. But it's looks incredibly well. Absolutely stunning. Loads of fish topping everywhere. Right, I'm going to get back up here and make my way up onto the dam wall over there. Like a channel all the way through here, look, if you look. Like a disturbance of them old rocks up there where the bank's been disturbed. And then this way, you can actually see where this uniform patch of bricks has been disturbed as well, look. Oh, interesting. Just let me know. What's this? What's it for? What was this used for? Back in 1348. And then you just come back out onto the main road and just follow it round to the dam wall. And it's sort of bridge over the outlet, or the outlet if you will. All this fills with water, water seeps through them breather blocks there. and passes underneath here. It's got an outlet in the middle underneath where it feeds the River Loxley, and this is your massive overspill area here that also feeds down into it. Here is like the majority of parking down here. There's no parking restrictions. Every time I come up here there's loads of people parking on here. So, I don't know, this van here could be one of them anglers down there. You know, it could be parked anywhere down here really, and just get your kit, wheel yourself around, come find a peg. And again, we how flat it is. It might look a big old intimidating place, but if you're willing to get your sent onto a decent peg on here with a barry, you can walk all the way around it if you want. I know I would. Wouldn't be war and peace. That's your view from here. You've got your two anglers down here, next angler over there. Be a nice view from here, watching a bunch of chaps fishing, all busy catching. I bet there's not 5 or 10 minutes that goes by on here with that tip going round or someone reeling something in. I'll have to go up here one day and have a go for these pike, I reckon. I'm not a big pike angler, so might make it that little bit more interesting, I think. So, Damflask Reservoir. What do you reckon? Do you fish up here a lot? Do you fish here regularly? Have you fished here before? Have you never fished here? Do you want to fish here? I have, and I tell you what, it's absolutely fish a chuck. And if you want an insight as to just how many fish you can get in a short window, like a match fishing window, go on to Dam Flask Facebook group, add yourself on there. I think there might be another one as well. And you'll see plenty of catch shots of people doing well at matches up here. But this place is an absolute feeder fishing mecca. But don't get it twisted. You've got your Nick Speeds out there that will fill landing net heads like no tomorrow on the pole. So if you're a serious pole or feeder angler, or waggler, slider fishing we've seen up here, get yourself up and enjoy some great fishing. It is absolutely stuffed with fish. And that pretty much sums it up here today at Dam Flask. How do we score it? Well, based on safety rings, safety signs, overall cleanliness, bins, benches, abuse, drug and drink abuse down here, you know, does it attract all the wrong riffraff, and also, is it an absolute dream to walk around? Well, I'll tell you what, very minimal litter, and the litter I've seen are like Wheat Crunches packets from like 1993. So, you know, now water's gone down, there's a lot of stuff that's been in here a long time, but even more so, bin lorries going past, you've got houses up here, idiots that just come round that aren't necessarily anglers, could be anglers as well, but you will get people, like I've seen barbecues down here when I've been down here before that have been left. So people poaching fish and eating them, or somebody just come up here for a few burgers, who knows? But that's the thing we have to take into account. What's angler abuse and what's overall general public abuse? Because even though they both fall into that same category, you know, you will have anglers that just chuck bags of ground bait on floor, and you'll have people that walk around just chucking a packet of crisps on floor. So it's swings and roundabouts. Oh, there's a big heron down here. No safety rings. Look at it. What are you going to do with a safety ring? What are you going to do? Ideally, we could have one. But what are you going to do with that? Someone gets stuck in the middle of there? No. Throw ropes? No. But they're not here when they could be. So, don't know. Could have one. But I tell you what there is instead. Lots and lots of signage saying, keep out, don't go anywhere near it, have your wits about you. Stay away from the water, people. It will kill you if you don't get to know it first, right? Stay away from it. So based on all that, all those little things taken into account, I'm going to score Damflask Reservoir an A as a fishery. It's absolutely divine to walk around, an absolute blessing. And anyone that comes up here for a day's fishing will really enjoy it. I know you will. So that pretty much wraps it up. Damflask Reservoir here in Sheffield, scoring it an A. And if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, it's completely free of charge, and that way any future content I post, like this one today here down at Dam Flask, you'll be first to be notified. A lot of people think you have to pay. It's absolutely free of charge subscribing. Pressing subscribe is like adding, it's like going on eBay and adding something to your watch list. It just keeps it in one place for you the next time you want to go and view it, and it's same with subscribing. Press subscribe and it puts all the content there in a place for you to watch later on. And lastly, comments, let me know, talk to me. Got any stories about this place? Have you won any at matches down here? Have you fished, or do you fish that Pennine Champs? Do you fish them all? Let me know. Have you had any massive pike out of here? Have you had one of them big carp out of here? I've seen a picture of a big common that's come out of here. think it was £28 or something years ago, and it had the top hats on the damn wall, the buildings here in the background, so I know it was definitely here. Let me know, get in comments, talk to me, and by talking to me and educating me, there'll be people on looking also learning a little bit as well, and that'll be a difference between them coming up and fishing it and thinking, oh, I'll just go up there one day. So what a pleasure this has been. Guys, get in comments, let me know, have you got a fishery nearby you want me to come and visit? Have you got somewhere that's a serious threat to human or wildlife? Have you got somewhere that's absolutely stunning and wants to be shown off to the world? Let me know in comments, I'll go and give it a visit and have a walk around for you all. Until then, I will see you all on the next one.